Hello viewer, welcome to Elimu TV where you watch and learn. It's a history and government lesson from 2, lesson 12. Your teacher, Mr. John Gatuma, welcome you to learn with me. We have been looking at the transport, development of transport and communication. In our previous lesson, we are looking at animal transport. And we said animal transport, this is where the animals are used in transport. And before we introduce today's lesson, there are some assignments that I gave you that you will try, so that in the next today's lesson we shall start from here. So the question is a very simple one. State 3 reasons why camel was regarded as a sheep of the desert. It goes for 3 marks. So the reason why the camel was used as a sheep of the desert, remember, camel is one of the hardest, is a hardy animal. And hardy and the strongest animal. It is an animal that can carry goods, large goods in the desert. So these are the reasons. One, it can go for a long distance without water and food. It can go for a distance without water and food. Remember the Bactrian. I told you the Bactrian, dromedary. For example, the Bactrian, it has got 2 arms. So these 2 arms, they can carry or store excess water and food, and therefore it can survive in the desert a long distance without food. 2, its nostrils is adapted to the desert conditions. So it normally releases some moistures on the nostrils, and therefore when it goes in the desert where there is a dusty conditions, so therefore it can be able to survive well. 3, its hooves is wide to walk in the sandy and rocky ground. So it can walk in the rocky or the sandy ground because of the hooves that is wide, that is adapted to these conditions. Next, it can carry heavy loads compared to other packs animals, and therefore this is regarded as a sheep of the desert. So in today's lesson, we are going to continue on the development of transport and communication, but our subtopic for today will be the wheelless vehicle. It will be about the wheelless vehicles. Remember, it's still another milestone that is being covered here, right from the human portrait. The human portrait, when the man was used, and it was replaced by the animal transport. Now we want to look at the development of this transport, and this is the wheelless vehicle. Wheelless vehicle. When we say the wheelless vehicle, what needs to come to your mind is a vehicle without wheel. It is a vehicle without wheel. So there are 3 vehicles without wheel, and the vehicles without wheel, they are another important step in the development of transport and transport. Although it was tedious and slow in the movement, it was a development. It was a milestone for that. So the 3 examples of the vehicles without wheels or the wheelless vehicles, we have one, the sledge, we have Travois, and the Sedan Chair. We have the sledge, the Travois, and the Sedan Chair. The sledge, Travois, and the Sedan Chair. These are the 3 basic wheelless vehicles that were there. So we'll discuss them in details. So the 3 wheelless vehicles are, we have said one, we start with one, the sleigh, which is also spelled as the sledge. The sleigh, which is also the sledge. So this was commonly used in the snow terrains. It was used in snow terrains of Northern Europe and North America. It was used in the Northern Hemisphere. That is the Northern Europe and the Northern America. So the sleigh being one of used in snow. Remember, the Northern Hemisphere, the Northern Europe and the North America, it's characterized by the snow. And therefore the sleigh was used as a means of transport. We look at the picture of the sleigh. This is the picture of the sleigh or the sledge. It's look like this. And the sleigh, they can be used to transport goods on the snow areas. And remember, it is just put on the snowy areas. because the sledge, being one of the wheelless vehicle, there is no any wheels, does not have the wheels. Another picture, we have the sledge. Remember the string that you can see, they are tied on an animal that pulls this animal, and therefore the roads that you want to carry or the people that you want to carry, they just sit on top. Other pictures that we have, pictures of the sledge. Other picture of the sledge. This is the use of sledge in snowy areas. You see a dog. We say the dog is used to pull the snowy areas. It can pull these animals. It can pull these. The animals can pull the sleigh in a snowy region. That is the northern hemisphere. So the second animal, the second wheelless vehicle that we have in history, we have the Travois. Travois is another wheelless vehicle, and the Travois is usually a V-shaped with a narrow side pulled by a horse. So the sledge in this case, being a V-shaped, is usually pulled by the horse or the dog, and it has got a broader side that was dragged along the ground. So it was commonly used in North America due to the how this place is, the treeless, the dry, and the flat terrain. The terrain of this is usually flat, and also there is no more trees, and therefore, because it is usually a V-shaped, it cannot be pulled where there is a trees there, where there is a trees. So it was used in the treeless and dry flat terrain, that is in North America. We look at the pictures of the sledge. This is the pictures of the sledge. How the dimension of this. We said that it is a V-shaped. The Travois is usually a V-shaped, and being V-shaped, it has got some dimension. The flagpole, or one of the pole that is usually larger, and this one is usually tied. Looking at the next picture, you see a dog, or where the effort is. We have an effort rod and the fulcrum. So the pole or the flagpole, that is the two V-shaped. The two poles are usually joined to where the effort will be, and the rods is placed between the two flagpoles, whereby it is tied to the animal that it drags. Other pictures of this vehicle, we have other pictures such as you see it is being the two flagpoles that is tied to the animal that pulls. This is the Travois, or a vehicle without wheels. We having looked at that, we look at the third vehicle. And the third vehicle is the sedan chair. The third vehicle in this case is the sedan chair. And the sedan chair, this was a split. This was a split, that was mainly used in the European site from 17th century. It was used in 17th century. So it was a special chair. It was a special chair that was fitted with two poles running on the side from back to front. You see the pictures of the sedan chairs. There are poles, and these poles, they are fitted with two poles. The special chairs that are fitted with the two poles on the side from back to front. The four men usually carry it on these poles. So every individual they carry on each pole. So apart from the four poles sedan chair, there are other chairs that are used by two. So it was used in European cities in 17th century, since it was covered and raised to protect the passengers against the rain. You see right from the sledge all the way to Travois, it is a development of transport, because the former they were not covered, meaning that those who are transported, or the goods which are transported, they are not covered. But this sedan chair is a development because they are covered. They are covered on the head, meaning there is no any damages that can occur. Other pictures of the sedan chair. We have other pictures of the sedan chairs. This is a picture of a sedan chair, and it is carried by 4 individuals. Every individual carrying on its pole. Other pictures is this. The way it looks like is a special chair, very special chair. And when you say special chair, this is a chair that was used by the king. The king was using this chair to be carried in the street, because it was covered. It was covered, unlike the former. The latter was covered. So the sedan chairs, you can see some of the activities that it was used in this video. So we watch this video on how the sedan chairs were used for various purposes, such as the sedan chair race. They were used to carry the queen and the king in Europeans, that is in the 17th century. So up to that, we have come to the end of our lesson today. I want to leave you with some assignment that you will try, so that in the next lesson, I'm going to pick from here. So you answer this question, state 3 wheelless vehicles. State 3 examples of the wheelless vehicles. The question goes for 3 marks. So hope you're going to do this question. So for this, for your feedback concerning that question or any other question, SMS us through the number on your screen. That is the 22518 22518, and our Facebook page is at Elimu TV. Also follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is at Elimu_KE. I'm so glad you are watching Elimu TV. This is a TV station where you watch and learn. Stay tuned till we meet in the next lesson. I have been your teacher, Mr. John Gatuma. Thank you.